Let me say good afternoon, my fellow compatriots, and good evening to the people in Liberia. I thought today to take a rest, but someone called me to alert me that a Facebook video involving the Red Cross making a confession as to how corrupt the Unity Party was, and how the Unity Party ate almost $2 million from the Ebola funds that were meant to save lives, thus allowing scores of Liberians to die. Many of you may have seen that in your inbox. And I'm one of those who, after I leave from here, I will forward that video again around. You know, when we seditians, when we receive something, we don't keep it. The Unity Party thought their strategy was working. When I receive a good video from people, I share it, because I want people to know what the Unity Party has done and is capable of doing. But some surrogates of the Unity Party goes ahead on Facebook and say, Eugene Fahngon say if you vote Unity Party, you will die. Is Eugene Fahngon and the CDC buying arms and ammunition? I think our records are there. It speaks for itself. In 2005, when we were robbed of the elections, we didn't buy guns then, when people were willing and ready to fight. In 2011, when we were robbed by the political cartel again, we didn't buy guns. Those elections were very close. Will it be in 2017, when you bunch of ignorant fools who sat down and never went to school in various disciplines, especially politics, when the margin between the CDC and the Unity Party is so wide that even the world can pass through it with ease. Is it now we'll go and buy arms and ammunition? To do what? But let's address the issue before we come to the issue of the politics of fear. The truth of the matter is, whoever looked up that video and brought it to light is 100% correct. The people put the money together to save people from dying from the dreadful, deadly Ebola virus. You shameless, ignorant fools of no political value had the audacity to steal the monies and allow thousands of people to die. And if you listen to the video again, the Red Cross is apologizing to her partners and assuring them that it will not happen again. But you and I know that that creates what is called donors fatigue. Many people get tired. They gave you money to save people's lives, you eat it. Someone said, Fahngon, why you only reference the Unity Party? That is how dull some of these people can be. It was the Unity Party-led government. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is an individual. You dumb, boon-headed fool. She was not the one at the Freeport. She not the one at the JFK. She not the one on the sidewalk collecting people driver licenses with money in it. She not the one at the Ministry of Finance who gave the authorization. She not the one at the central bank. I agree with you, she controls everybody as president. But she can't be everywhere, every time, all the time. So at the end of the day, I'm not making excuses for her. But like Joanna Peters can say, you all rusted, crusted men and women stole the Ebola money, almost $2 million, and allowed almost 5,000 people to die in Liberia. Yes. When it reach to the other person, they take out their own. It go down to the other person, they take out their own. It go down to the other person, they take out their own. So the Red Cross in the video is apologizing. And you know what government was in power the last time I checked? It was the Unity Party-led government. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is not a political party. She is an individual. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is not a political party. She is a political leader. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is not the Minister of Finance or the Central Bank Governor or the Director of the NGO or the head of Red Cross Liberia. You boon-headed ones that ran that Unity party were the ones in charge. Now, the point the person made was simple. That if you elect the Unity Party again, all Liberians would most likely die if something like that happens. Because the point the person is trying to make in the video is, do you think people will be willing to donate money to the Red Cross again? That is the question. That is the substantive issue at stake here. And you know why I shared? I pushed it around too. And some of you too share it because some people send me some back. That is a report from the Red Cross. And guess who was in charge? The Unity Party. You all ate the Ebola money and allowed the Liberian people to die mercilessly. And then you won't go around and say, oh, Eugene Fahngon say all Liberians will die if they vote the Unity Party. Let me help you spread that. If the Unity Party comes back to power, the real fear to be created is the fear of what we call donors fatigue. Go and Google it, look it up. You boon-headed dummies that didn't go to school. That is why you want to blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for everything. I got my blame with her. But I don't blame her for everything. Because you know what? It will be guilt by association. All rusted men like the finance minister will sit down there and steal maybe 200,000. And you say I should go blame Ellie? Is the finance minister a child? I'm just giving you an example. He bought $80,000 car. And you say I should go blame Ellie? The police officer stood on the street, asked for a driver's license, and then say, how much you get inside? The man said 20, but he said, give it to me, go. And you want to blame Ellie? No, I'm not like that. I got my own thing that I blame Ellen for. But I will not blame Ellen for everything that everyone else did. If we continue down that road, it means people will say, but I can do it. I do it. All we got to do, they will blame the president at all. No. Under a we are presidency, you will be held accountable for your own actions. And you will be dealt with in accordance with the law. That is where I have a problem with Ellen. Because many times, because it was her that appointed the person, she will say, I take responsibility for it. Well, let me give you something to post. And that's why I came on here. Let me take a sip of water before I break this bad news to you. Ah, so refreshing. Especially when you are about to give a bad news to the Unity Party people. Here is what I want you to go back and post. Say Eugene Fahngon says that the President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, took responsibility for the actions of her ministers and officials of government. But that responsibility, under the justice system, the crime is not transferable. Therefore, she can take responsibility all she wants. With ignorant, ungrateful people like Ngafwan, who would take money for the finance ministry, she take responsibility for it. Mess with the Japanese grant money from foreign affairs, she just asked him, please leave. Under a George Weah presidency, those monies will be accounted for. And the person to face justice is not the one who took responsibility for it, but the one who committed the criminal act. I am hereby putting you all on notice. Right now. You don't go and steal. And then the Omaka and say, I take responsibility for it. Thank you, ma'am. And so that's the reason why you all are insulting the president today. Cussing her all up on her birthday. Somebody go and tell the president, say, Eugene Fahngon said you look for it. Somebody go tell her. But tell her also that Eugene Fahngon say, taking responsibility for it is not the same as committing the crime. So if you know that you committed a crime, like Ungafua and others, keep it cool. Be quiet. Your day in court is coming. So the video you see going around from Red Cross, and the team on the video is quite correct. If you're going to steal almost $2 million and your people die, when you shout again, oh, something happened here, please come and help us. Do you think the people will want to contribute money? Not at all. Nobody wants to give that money to a bunch of thieves. That I can guarantee you about. Nobody. And let's be very clear. If something happens in Liberia today, that person is quite correct. If something like Ebola happens, we will all die. Because nobody wants to give their money to save a life. And instead of saving lives with the money, you are in the Palm Spring Hotel gambling $5,000 a night. So yes, I don't know the origin of the video, but it sounds true to me. It sounds very true to me. That if you ate almost $2 million and the Red Cross got to apologize for your reckless criminal behavior, do you think people will want to contribute money again to Liberia? Do you think they will want to do it? If you were in that case and you gave that kind of money and people ate the money and the ordinary people die, would you want to give some more again? No. And if you don't give monies, common thing like latex gloves, we didn't have it. Definitely, if we don't get aid or assistance from the international community, if something like that happens again, all of our people will die. Yep. So, let's talk some real politics. Let's talk some real politics. So some of these boon-headed, ignorant fools that are masquerading in the name of I know little things can learn something. The strategic planning relative to the politics of fear is not working in these elections. No. And to my recollection, it has never worked. And I don't know why you fools that are so stupid think that by producing or photoshopping a nude picture of Madam Jua Howard Taylor is going to help. People are literally walking around naked in the streets of Monrovia. People are having sex on the grave of our loved ones, in the cars behind the house and everywhere. The HIV virus is multiplying on a daily basis in the country. You're so dumb that instead of running a campaign to convince voters, you are there showing them what they do every day in their lives. Number two, to my recollection, I heard when everybody ran the politics of fear about Mr. Taylor. It turned out 70% of the Liberian people almost ran in the street and answered, "You kill mama, you kill my pa, I will vote for you." Somebody may have told those people that, oh, you say now you Taylor kill your ma, Taylor kill your pa, you still want Taylor? And then the people went into the street and said, "You kill my ma, you kill my pa, I will vote for you." If I was advising the Boaka campaign, I pulled the likes of Mo Ali and the likes and pull them in the room and say, "You dumb, boon-headed people, what are you thinking?" It's never worked. When Ellen came to power and was running her campaign, what did people say? Liberia is not prepared for a woman's president. Women are very weak. Taylor can't leave from there, you go and bring a woman. This woman was rejected in Accra for the position of interim government leader. All kinds of nonsense. The Liberian people jump in the street again. They say, "Mama coming, mama get them pressure." The politics of fear does not work with a Liberian. The more you try to make a Liberian scared, the more they can go there. You even tell a 20-year-old Liberian girl, try to finish school, move from behind the man, she going. But if you leave her alone and tell her, say, "Those guys don't want to pick you up tonight," she lock the door and sit down in the house. You do not make a Liberian scared of anything. For 200 years, all the other countries developing, Liberians eating and drinking, they don't even care. The politics of fear have never worked. Check how many times you've attempted to use the politics of fear in these elections. The people say y'all talk about Akaro's grave. Solomon Joy, y'all say Bunga. Oh, the man say Bunga, the man can cost man. Akaro's grave can smoke weed. Who the people ended up voting for? You do not, fear to a Liberian man means strength. Fear to a Liberian man means strength. And one thing I have always said, you cannot make a scary person scared. Quote me any day. It's my saying. You will never find it on any website anywhere. It's my philosophy. You cannot make a scary person scared. People are horrified and terrified at the Unity Party. Then you come in to tell them that Joel Howard Taylor was in a compromised position with a lady going down on her. Here is the video. As if to say that something strange in Monrovia. That is the biggest game now in Monrovia. Is that something you will use to make somebody afraid? Assuming it was true, but it is a technology that all of us know now. I told somebody, I say, if you see a video of Joel like that, you will end up seeing a video. You will end up seeing a video of Edwin Snow and Joe Boaka. It's an eye for an eye. Because you know what? The people who produce those things are not limited to the Unity Party. As far as I'm concerned, Unity Party does not have technocrats. If they did, they would not have lost. And I want to assure the Unity Party today that if you place a bet, I am willing to bet you. It shouldn't be for us to gain, for us to go to give to charity. Bring the money forward. I will shut down your entire party headquarters. No machine there will ever work. The radio stations you broadcast from will be jammed. We live in a developed world, but we create the level playing field for you to market your platform, your ideologies, and your policies in a way that the Liberian people would be able to make an informed decision between you guys and us, so that we are not manipulating the process as we go along just to score political victory. And at the end of the day, we lie about what we say we will do. The politics of fear, as I have said to my colleagues and my fellow partisans or coalitionists, have never worked and will never work. And if you guys want to be sincere, check CDC. That is why we are winning. That's the secret. I'm not afraid to share it with you guys. Oh, Maluba Malu has become politically mature. You talking, he passing. Jefferson Koji, then the dream militant thing. Jefferson Koji is well dressed. He speaks in a militant tone, but you don't see him carrying on the militant action anymore. Akaras Gray will do Akaras Gray in the radio station, putting forth his party's agenda. Because why? The politics of fear never works. You cannot make a scary person scared. You cannot market your platform, sell your ideologies, dish out policies by inciting violence or fear-mongering. You can't do that. Three of them can't work together. How will you be telling me that you will declare war on corruption, but at the same time telling me that somebody will come to my house tonight to kill me? Which one do you think I will be more focused on? Dumb-headed boonheads? My concentration will be on who's coming to kill me tonight. I want to live. So, my concentration will be June to self-preservation. I need to live. So then the policy against corruption, which is a complete declaration of war on corruption, and to explain the policy, it may be twofold. One, strengthening and solidifying our institutions and making them work. Creating the anti-corruption prison for the purpose of deterrence. And using educational tools in those facilities to help a new era. I finished telling you that beautiful thing. But then I can't tell you now. But tonight they're coming for you, they will kill you. Which one you think you will absorb? These are how dumb and boon-headed these people are. That is why the CDC is succeeding. We're going in the villages. When we finish another, people ask the people in the campaigners, is it true? They say when Joy Howard Taylor, she become president, they say she coming to Zaju to kill all of us. The boss said, did you people not see Joy Howard Taylor come here? We saw her. Does she look like somebody that will kill you? Mm-mm. But the woman was so friendly, thank you. But my people, that's not why we come here for. Because Joy Howard Taylor don't even have the mind. The woman can't even kill chicken before I said that she will kill. But Joy Howard Taylor and George Weah, who will be the president? They say George Weah. But you're the women that want to ask you one question, yeah? How many of y'all can stand up to your men and tell them what y'all want to do? They posted that ADL. Y'all forget that thing. Let's talk about what George Weah will do for y'all. Say y'all be in the country, your children ever go school free? They say no. George Weah said that when he become president, there will be free education from ABC to 12th grade. They say, my son, we begging y'all. They want y'all talking now, my son. The people never let our children go to school ever before. You're stable. No. Your children will go to school. When y'all go to the hospital and you're sick, by way, and you ain't got money, and you're so weak set to go to work, and they can turn you around, they people say, yo, Jawea said there will be a law that any doctor who turn you around must be willing to explain why if the person die. He didn't say healthcare will be free, but he said it will be affordable and accessible. You know what other people do in the villages? They can turn around and they say, when we ask them what you're looking for, they say, we're looking around because the way they want sunny. But let me tell you how we get the money. Those that buying the $80,000 car, they either work in government and use $20,000 car, or they do their own business and buy the $80,000 car, period. No question. Don't even ask question about it. Certain people in government will get car that they can carry home. We're talking about minister, deputy minister. The other one will be bosses and teenagers. If you live in Pinsville, the government boss will come. You show your ID card, you clear on the bus, you go to work. If you don't want to ride government bus, go buy your own car. We can buy a car for everybody. Where the director say now in his car, his driver driving, the 3 seats here empty, the one in the front empty. But he can pick up one child to even drive them to the school. That nonsense will stop. That the money then will cash for them to be able to pay the teachers, the healthcare workers. Why do you need an $80,000 car in a country that don't even have road? These are the things we're telling our people. We're not promising them. No promises. But we are telling them how we'll do it. And they see that it is doable. That's something we can do. We don't need no assistance to do it. We told them, for the last 12 years, and y'all been seeing the girls them being raped? They said yes. People ever did anything to stop it? They said no. Jawea said he's going to introduce legislation for a special court on rape and ritualistic killings. Meaning when the court exhausts everything, the court will close down. Do you all know what a special court is? The people say no. Sierra Leone, they established a special court on Sierra Leone just to try child stealer then. When it was finished, they closed it down. Yes. These are things we will do. So the politics of fear have never worked. It will never work. Elections are about the future, not the past. People often ask us, why you don't criticize Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? Because we are not as dumb and as stupid as the fools that have been insulting her. Seditians are very smart and highly educated people. We are not running against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They say you and myself in a race. You and myself, Joyce Mata, Mr. Greer, Mr. Flomo, Sekou Bosco Kone, Van Lee Petron, we are in a race. Then you say I should leave the focus for Rudy Vinton and go to somebody who not even in the race. That is how dumb people act. Dumb people. That's how they act. That's how they act. We are focused. We will remain focused. We are running against a political cartel that have put forward a leader by the name of Joseph N. Boakai. Why should we drop the ball to go run behind Ellie? For what? Is she running? No. No, she is not running. So, I gotta go after my opponent. That is simple politics. But the boon-headed dumb fools, you look at George Weah running, you chasing Joel Howard Taylor. Do you not know that without George Weah winning, Joel Howard Taylor would be no vice president? Look, education is a sweet thing, but it is not the ultimate choice of life. Common sense. If George Weah loses the election, Joel Howard Taylor go home. Then you leave George Weah and let go after Joel Howard Taylor. We produce a video. Who told you the people voting for Joel Howard Taylor? If all the people... Oh my goodness. It's stupid. You look at a whole ruling unity party that have been there for 12 years and are still there, to the point where Nukwe say it is their birthright. Then you say because we took about 4 persons from there, 4 persons that came to us, we didn't go there, they came to us. Speaker Tyler, Toga Gateway McIntosh, Bezonga Finlay, and someone else, 4. They came to us. Out of the whole Unity Party-led government, only 4 persons walk over to our side. Then you say, oh, but y'all, now y'all get a cartel. Look at Pat calling Ticketor black. We accepted the 4 because we need 50% plus 1. If the election was based on percentages, like the other boon-headed Snow said, on percentages alone, we probably would never have taken them. But that plus 1, we need that one human being if we get the 50%. So because of that, we will not turn no one away from the party. Because we need plus 1 vote. If you don't want us to take anybody, put a person in jail. Because if you don't and the person got a right to vote, we need that 1 vote to get away with the cartel once and for all. Let me help some of you understand. I will take you back to this. Let's see. I will take you guys back to the opposition leader of Rwanda, a 35-year-old lady. She went against Kagame, and she found favor with a lot of the Rwandans. The same thing these fools want to copy from Rwanda is the same thing they did to her. That's how it became so prominent and prevalent in the world. The Rwandan people were ignorant to it, so they bought it on face value. But when they never pay the guys expose it. I think the other video I made last week, I had Blaise Sachet right here with me. You guys saw him. And he talked to the Liberian people. He was with me. He's an actor and a producer. This is his latest movie that came up in June. Confessions of a Madman. A lot of people saw him right here. He comes to visit me regularly. We hang out. You can't go produce some fake thing. People are worried about what they will eat. And they don't have money to go to the movies to watch Rated X. So be their guest. They don't have the kind of thinking that some of you ignorant fools have. People look at the rate. 126 now to 1. Can you imagine? $126 to 1. You got no economic plan, but yet you guys say you're the richest. And then on top of it, you claim to be educated people, but you cannot give the Liberian people your economic recovery plan. In fact, it shouldn't be economic recovery plan. It shouldn't be a stimulus plan. You don't get no money to stimulate the economy. The economy is already in a recession. So what will it be? Not even recovery. You can't say recovery. Recovery, that's only why you say, oh, you will recover something. What are you recovering? You don't get nothing, then you say you will recover something. You're not selling that. Our national security has been outsourced to the sub-region, and most of you know it. You're not telling them how you're going to reclaim your national security. You're talking about funny things. Your educational system is a mess, but that is the system. That is the educational system. You agree with me? But 85% of our people are illiterate. How do you tackle that with a system that is a mess? You're not telling them anything. Your healthcare system is like non-existent. You are not telling them what your short-term plan is and your long-term goal would be. Nothing. The president would want to look at you and say, damn, we graduated 50 years ago. Some of us 60 years. You know what? It's time for a new breed and a new group of people, a generation. We rob them of their lives, their innovation, their new thinking. But all is now lost. Let us give them the chance in their generation to make their contribution. We have expired politically. But no. Some of her friends say no. We got to be there forever. Okay. Okay. You want to be there forever? Be our guest. Be our guest. The politics of fear have no part to play. And thanks, Mrs. Yamento, for letting them know. The video you see out is speaking to the fact that you corrupt individuals stole almost 2 million Ebola money from the Red Cross. And they are apologizing for your action. Which means next time they probably will not give you a dime. You want to talk about the politics of fear? Have you ever thought in your wildest dream that the politics of fear would disappear from the Liberian political landscape? It has. It's never going to work again. Never, ever. Quote me any day. You cannot make a scary person scary. You hear me? Liberian people scared to death. 85% illiterate. You go to the hospital, you're dying, you will die. Schools are not available. Small, my friend can say, small kikini baby. Liberian English, meaning a very small child, a toddler. Paying $4,500 for school fee. Jesus. What kind of evil is that? Small kikini baby. Somebody who going to school to learn SSO, G-O, not even SSO. A stand for apple, B stand for bread, C stand for cat, D stand for dog. 45,000 Liberian dollars. Are you kidding me? Damn. Damn. Yes. So, go to Google. I just put in politics of fear definition. Politics of fear definition. Culture of fear or climate of fear is the concept that people may incite fear in the general public to achieve political or workplace goals through emotional bias. What there again to make people scary? What is there to make anybody scared now? What? Some people rather be dead than be alive right now. Look at Thomas say his 3-year-old son, 575 USD for a year. Jesus Christ. Why? Baxter, keep the man at home and teach him. One-on-one teaching. Don't give your money to those criminals. Look at Doris James says she paid more for her small brother's son. That the people you say you won't go make afraid? Do you know what fear is? Mator said wickedness in high places. James said he paid 480 USD. A for apple, B stand for box, C stand for cat, D stand for dog. Look at the kind of money they pay. So think about it for a second. How many people can afford 500 United States dollars for their child's school fees? And then Georgia said we will pay the teachers, reduce the $80,000 car, cut vehicles to just supervisor and things, and pay the teacher to teach the children free. You said no. You said no. Because you want the children to be ignorant again and grow up. So your children can come from America and run all over them like grass. What is there to be afraid of? All George we have said, all the BB $80,000 car, the $40,000 one, we gave the minister's car, we gave the deputies and car. The rest of the people, director, why you on your own. We buy maybe 15 vehicles and put it right in the ministry yard. The person ready to go somewhere, they use it, they bring it back, they put a key back inside. 6 o'clock, all government car park. At 6 o'clock, all government cars parked. You won't go to the club, carry your own car. We get a tow truck. They find a government car in front of the necklace, they tow it. Whoever park it there after 6 o'clock, you get fired. What's so much now? What's so much? One person on a gas slip looking just at this. Where you going from Pinsville right to Broad Street before they giving you 15 drums of fuel? For what? Where you going with a 15 drum of fuel? Gasoline, one person, 30 drums. 1 month, you get 30 drums. To go where? Because from Lakere right to Morovia, from Marshall right there in Broad Street. Where you going? They give it to you. You get your 5 girlfriend and car. But at the government on a car, you drive it all around the place. Small children paying $500 for school. Let me leak a secret out to you guys before I go today. I may be sitting out here, folks, but I'm friends with almost all of you. Look at my girlfriend Elizabeth K. can spar me now. Let me leak a secret out to you guys. A big secret. Do you guys know that most of the private schools in Liberia are owned by government ministers and officials? Do you all know that? Quote me any day, say Eugene say. In fact, Monday I will talk here on the radio. Do you know that almost all of the private schools, I'm talking about Episcopal school or Catholic school, no. Do you know that they are owned by government ministers and officials? Do you know that? I am letting you all know that today. That it's a big secret in the town. But you guys don't know. You guys don't know. So when we are says free education, it means he recognizes the problem. The problem is not that we are dull. The problem is not that we don't like school. But for baby to go say S-O-So, G-O-Go, L-O-Do, N-O-No, 500 US. But the average person makes between $75 and $100. Don't say I say, go to IMF and World Bank. That's my witness. Because if I call my cousin there, who making $75 a month, then you will say, oh, because the Liberian, they want, no. Go to my witnesses. It's not that we don't like schools. It's not that we are dull. We are not dull. But where will you get the first $50 for a whole month to eat before you go and pay $500 for somebody who go and learn SOSO? Let's be rational. Let's be real. But what are we going to do? Somebody sitting at home and saying, but I mean talking generally, they will put school in all the counties, all the villages. Yes, we will. Your job is to ask me, but Eugene, how you're going to do it? This is how we're going to do it. We're going to institute something they call national program. It's called National Service Program. Our country, Liberia, graduates between 15 to 25,000 students a year, every year. That program will make people serve their country for 1 year in exchange for 1 year college-free tuition. If we're paying the teacher then 150 or 200 US a month, that 200 times 12 is 2,400 US dollars. How many college students spend 2,400 US to go to college? So, do you see the sense? So, do you see the sense? But, since we can pay all the supplementary teachers, you cannot tell me that a person who graduated from high school don't know how to say ABC. You are lying. You cannot also tell me that a person who graduated from high school don't know how to say or spell cat, C-A-T, R-A-T, rat, M-A-T, mat. You can't tell me that. So imagine spreading 15,000 young men and women around the country. Imagine doing that. And their job is to target every village and every town. Where you think the village people can go? Under the Palawa horse when they get case. School is not building. School is a group of people congregating for the purpose of learning. So, under the Palawa horse, they put a black boy there on a stake. Small more training get a cabin. Who's responsible to host the children? I mean the youth in the towns and villages. The town people. Why? Because they want their children to learn. How will we do it? Traditionally, we call all the head chiefs together. Yeah, the people cheering, oh, we putting it in your hand. The 17 tribal chiefs received the list from the president and then turned it over to what? The paramount chief. Paramount chief to clan chief. Clan chief to village chief. Village chief to town chief. We get all of them, they must come back safe, they must be correct. They say, yeah. Children get up in the morning, they go on the Palawa huts. If you are from Grand G, we're shooting you straight up Lofa. Go and see Lofa for 1 year. Maybe your mind will change, you will want to live in Lofa. Maybe you might start a family there. It promotes reconciliation. It brings about integration. It helps for unity. And it builds bonds. But at the same time, the key behind it, it reduces our illiteracy rate. In the first 6 years, from 85% to at least, maybe I would say 30%. I will not give you people all. But I will leave you with this. It's either the CDC way or my people, no way. Leave your own with God. So, don't go give video to people or tell them Eugene Fahngon say everybody will die. I can speak for myself. If I didn't write it, or you don't see me talking there on video, don't listen to crap. bottom line, folks, if you want to see some of these plans carried out, there is only one person that should come to your mind. And that person is George Opong Mane Weah. And I'm saying that to you because if you think that I'm good enough and I will help, I'm not going to help a president that will be asleep. I need to talk to somebody that is awake. I'm not going to talk to a group of young men that are criminals already, that have been stealing for the last 12 years. No. So let's do it. May God bless you all. May God bless the Republic of Liberia and say, so let's do what we have to do. Call your families, put them together. Let's go the CDC way. It's time for a change. You don't change something and keep it. You change it when it's gone and replace it with something better. God bless you all, and thanks for tuning in.